coming at you from a new angle. Get to know me. I sit in different spots. Key fact. Hey guys, it's me Olivia, and today I'm filming another tag video. So the tag I'm going to be doing today is called the Get to Know Ya tag, and I was tagged by the September issue. There she is. She is quickly becoming one of my favorite people to watch. Like, she is an automatic watch. Like, when I see her pop up there, I'm just clicking on it. So if you aren't already subscribed to her, please go ahead and do that. It is super important that you do, and it will make me like you a lot more, because that's the goal, right? So fun fact, I'm in my pajamas right now, and this is a pajama shirt, and I've worn this makeup all day, and it's worn off everywhere, and just love me for who I am. You're getting to know me. This is me. So this tag is 12 questions that get to know you through your likes and dislikes with books. I do have another video where I do some more personal questions if you're interested in seeing something like that to get to know me more in that way, and I'll have that linked somewhere. And I am ready to begin. Let's do it. So question number 1 is, what's your favorite book? Please hold while I grab the stash. God, it's so heavy. My favorite book is Harry Potter. All of them. Oh my God. So the second question is, what was your favorite book 5 years ago? Should we grab the big box again? I feel like with all the favorite book questions, I can always divert to Harry Potter, but let's try and think of some better answers. But just know that Harry Potter is the answer for everything. He is always number 1. So, favorite book 5 years ago. My favorite book 5 years ago was probably The Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. Look, it was whenever it was going to become a movie. That movie. No, boo-boo. And it's a collector's first edition. Girl, I didn't realize I had all these special books. But anyways, Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare was probably my favorite book. I really enjoyed the whole City of Mortal Instruments, or City of Mortal Instruments? Shit. I really enjoyed the whole Mortal Instruments series, but when this one came out, I think it really changed the Shadowhunter game. Like, this book is awesome. It really has all the elements I like. It's got some of that historical fiction mixed with the fantasy, mixed with Shadowhunters, mixed with a Herondale boy. Herondale. So question number 3 is, what is your favorite duology, trilogy, and series? And for duology, I would go with the Six of Crows duology, Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I actually listened to those, and I have them on ebook as well. Those books are awesome. And I really didn't think I was going to enjoy them, because I am the person who didn't enjoy the Ruin and Rising, what are they called? Shadow and Bone. These. So my favorite trilogy of right now is still Sarah J. Maas, A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy. This is the first book. I really like the second book and the third book better, specifically the second book. But this series really just changed the game for me. I really liked it. It was kind of my first step into new adult, although I think these are technically classified as young adult, but I would consider them new adult because of some of the scenes that are a little bit explicit. But new adult fantasy is something I'm really interested in, and I'm always looking for recommendations. So if you guys have any, even if they sucked, new adult recommendations, then please leave them down below. The ones that are with the fantasy genre, not the contemporary. And then my favorite series, should I grab it? Oh, God, is the Harry Potter series. The last book I read was And I Darken by Kiersten White. Guys, oh God, it's so good. I ended up giving it 4.5 out of 5 stars, which ended up bouncing it up to 5 stars on Goodreads. I don't know if you want me to film a review on that one. It's kind of old, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I highly recommend it. Question number 5 is, what was the last poetry book you read? And I'm gonna be very honest with you that I don't read a lot of poetry. I just don't. It's not something that I have enjoyed since I've gotten out of school. So the last one I can remember reading is a few out of this collection of poems by Rumi, and these are all love poems. I was actually gifted this at my bridal shower. I had a book-themed bridal shower, and this was out on the table, and people signed in inside of the book with little well wishes for us on different poems that they enjoyed. So that was kind of neat. But I did go through and read some of the poems in here. The poems in here are actually written by a Persian poet who lived in the 13th century. So these are over 1,000 years old. And a few of them are actually very beautiful and poetic. Obviously, because it's poetry, they have to be poetic. I mean, so question number 6 is, what book has most influenced your life? And oh God, every time. It would be Harry Potter. But seriously, it really would be the Harry Potter series. I feel like it just opened up this world of magic for me that I didn't realize existed in books. It was the first story that I ever read that I really transported myself into. I was a student at Hogwarts. I was with Harry. I was on his adventures. I could feel the wind blowing at Hogwarts. I could feel the coldness of the snow. I could taste the food. It was just this fully immersive story that changed the way that I looked at reading, and I am just forever thankful for it. It has changed my reading life. And there are also things about it that just changed my personal life as well. I have so many memories of going to the Wizarding World in Florida on my wedding, and so many celebrations that just spring around Harry Potter. Like I said, I had a book-themed bridal shower that had a lot of Harry Potter elements, and it's just something that has stayed with me forever and that I really treasure. Just treasure. I love it. So question number 7 is a book that made you ugly cry, and I'm not going to grab it again. There are a few times in Harry Potter where I have shed actual tears, specifically in parts where people have passed away. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. Not that, I don't think too many people haven't read the books, but I am someone that doesn't cry very often. I'm known to some of my coworkers as the Ice Queen. But a book that did make me feel like a very deep connection, a very deep sadness, I would say, would be Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I remember when I finished it, I was just so heartbroken for that character, and I know that there's a lot of debate about that book, and I say that every time I mention it, but I know there is a lot of debate, and it's debate that is rightfully so. I don't think that I'm the most experienced person to talk about this, or the most well-educated person to talk about this, because I am someone who doesn't have anyone in my family with a disability, or who doesn't have a disability myself, and I don't want to kind of bring up this story for the sake of giving it attention, but I do think that this story really left me thinking and having a lot of thoughts and feelings about what happened and how it happened, and feeling so sorry for the character Will when thinking that he felt so deep within himself that what had to transpire at the end had to transpire, and in the realization that he wasn't able to really see people who have something like that. I know it's a fictional story, but not able to see someone who is going through the same disability or who has the same disability and had really just flourished and become a better person because of it, or just become a better person in spite of it, or become a better person in general, not just because of a disability, and didn't let that hold them back. Not that that should ever hold anyone back, but that's really kind of the thoughts that it left me with, and it just made me feel this deep sadness and just concern. I don't know if any of that made sense. So the next question is a book that made you laugh, and for this one I'd have to go with The Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. The dynamic between the characters in the story is so funny, and I absolutely just love it. The book is fairly serious, but the banter, like I said, between the characters it's pretty funny. So the next question is a character you'd like to be for a day, and so I would want to be a character kind of in the background of Stephanie Garber's Caraval. I didn't necessarily adore this book and love it, but the setting of this had so much potential, and I thought was really just innovative and cool, and I would really like to go and experience it for myself. So I needed my ticket to Caraval, please. All right, question number 10 is a book that was so good you dreamt about it. So instead of answering that question, I'm gonna go with a book that was so good it kept me up at night reading it, and as opposed to me dreaming about it, because I don't remember my dream. That book is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This book was so good. It is a chunker, and I read it, I think, in the matter of like 48 hours, even with working 2 8-hour shifts. This book was just so good. I stayed up way later than I should have reading it, and I love it. I love this series. So the next question is a book you DNF'd, and I DNF lots of books. I have no qualms about just stopping a book completely and being done with it. I just feel like I don't have time to continue reading something that is not holding my interest, and I'd rather just put it down and come back to it at a time when maybe I'm more interested, or just be done with it completely, because life is too short to waste your time on bad books. So I'll just grab the first one that I see, and okay. But this book is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I don't know why I can't say that. And I stopped reading this book on page 149 at chapter 18. And it's not that it was a bad book. I was actually reading this during the Booktubeathon last year, and I think I just truly overwhelmed myself at the Booktubeathon. But I do want to pick this up at some point. People talk highly about this book and this series in general, and I know that I'll like it if I read it. I just have to actually force myself to do that. The last question is, what books are you excited to read? I have so many books that I want to get started on. I cannot even tell you. I just posted a book haul that I'll link somewhere up here. I have so many books that are just sounds so good that I just got. I am so excited to read every single book on that list. Every single one. Like, I am having the hardest time picking the next book. But that's all for this tag. Yeah, so thank you so much for tagging me. As I've said before 1,000 times, you need to go watch her, and I will have all of the people I tagged down below. I have to go and see who hasn't done this yet. So if you guys like this video, make sure to give this video a like and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads so we can be friends everywhere. I post videos every Wednesday and Saturday, so I will see you next time. Make sure you subscribe so you can be notified of my next video, and I will see you soon. I hope that your day is simply the best.